I'm at your service. Morgen.
What's new around here?
Da du fragst. One night a carter came. He had some fellow loaded on back, white as a ghost. His eyes as if he had seen den Teufel. Pfui, pfui, pfui. When he was getting off the cart, he fell and never got up again.
He died?
Nein, nein, lebt. Lebt. He's still alive. They gave the poor man a drink and laid him down on some hay, where he fell right to sleep. But it is still bad with him. Sehr übel. And I don't know if you heard, but the forest beyond Old Kutna was on fire.
No, I didn't. I'm not from round here.
We were lucky it rained that day, or the whole forest would have gone up in flames. And with the town being so close, it could have been even worse. Und das ist alles, Junge.
Sounds interesting. Thank you, innkeeper. What's new around here?
Look what I have for you.
Grüß Gott.
My respects.
Are you awake, my lord?
Who are you? Have you come to finish me off?
Take it easy. I won't harm you. I'm Henry.
I'm Jan. Sir Jan of Sokotleski.
Who beat you up?
Humans. 5 of them against the 3 of us. I fled.
And what about the other 2?
Dead. The pain. Could you somehow make it go away?
Can I examine your wound?
Do what you can. I hope you can help.
How did this happen?
I was fleeing from those butchers. In my haste, I wasn't watching where I was going. I tripped over something. I landed on my back.
Is anything besides your foot hurt?
My ribs too. It's as if a horse ran over me. Every word hurts.
Now for those ribs. You're not coughing up blood, are you?
God, no. I can breathe. It just hurts like hell.
Oh, that's good. Otherwise, you'd be in deep trouble. It looks like your bones and lungs are in good shape. Just a bit bruised. Where exactly does your foot hurt?
Mostly my ankle. And my toes. Feels like someone crushed them. With pincers.
I'll have to take off your boot. I won't know anything until I do.
Very well. Just be careful. Thank God. I barely felt that. Good work.
Just don't get your expectations up. This is just the beginning. Now, let's have a look at those toes.
Ow!
Well, it looks like you've dislocated 2 toes. I can tell just by looking. I'm not surprised it hurts. They're as swollen as if you've been standing barefoot in an anthill. Show me your ankle. I'll feel it. You see, it's sprained. That explains the swelling and pain. One bad step, and that's it. Well, I don't think I've left anything out.
And can you do anything for me?
I'd better have another look. No, I don't think I've left anything out.
And can you do anything for me?
You've sprained your ankle, dislocated a few toes, and bruised your ribs.
But I'm still alive.
That's the most important thing. The rest I can take care of. For those ribs, you'll need something for the pain, and some bandages to keep things in place. The toes will be worse. I'll have to set those bones back in place.
That's going to hurt, isn't it?
Yeah. But I can get you something to give you courage, and then I can rub some healing ointment on it. You mustn't put any strain on your ankle. It needs to be tightly bandaged. A healing ointment wouldn't hurt, either. That's all I can do.
Thanks. At least for your efforts.
We'll see if I diagnosed you properly. I'll fix that ankle and those bruised ribs. Keep the bandages clean and change them once in a while. Got it, sir?
Very well. I'll try.
First, we need to straighten out those toes. The longer they stay dislocated, the worse they'll heal.
Will it hurt?
It won't be nice, but a little liquid courage will certainly help.
Good idea. Do you have anything?
Maybe I could find something.
Give it here.
To your health.
Indeed. But I'll be glad if I can ever walk again.
Let's do it. Clench your teeth.
The pain vanished. It's gone. Or rather, it's almost gone.
You're welcome. This should help your ribs and ankle to heal. Give it some time, and you'll be as fit as a fiddle. Well, I've done as much as I can for you. The rest is up to God.
Don't be so modest. You've done more than any sawbones could. You have golden hands.
Are you going to be all right?
I suppose so. I need a bit more time to get back on my feet. But I definitely feel better. But I'd like to ask you a favor.
What is it you need?
Listen, are you familiar with this area?
I'm not from here, but I know my way around a bit.
You might be useful. I need a messenger to act on my behalf in the King's military camp by Kuttenberg.
In Sigismund's camp? What's he got to do with it?
Let me explain. My older brother, the Knight Sir Peter of Sukkotleski, is being held captive in the camp. He's fallen into the clutches of a Hungarian baron. Laszlo Farkas is his name. I was supposed to go to the camp and negotiate the terms of his release.
So why do you want to send me there?
Because no one is going to harm an envoy, especially when coin is at stake. I'll no longer go anywhere without protection. Being ambushed once in a lifetime is enough, thanks.
I'd like to hear more details. Who am I supposed to go and see? Who is he?
A Hungarian baron. His name is Laszlo Farkas, but I know hardly anything about him, so you're going to have to ask about him in the camp.
What do you need me to negotiate for you?
The terms for a handover. What we need to do for them to release Peter. Try not to act like a ragamuffin or lout in front of Laszlo. When he sees that he's speaking to a man of distinction, perhaps he won't try to walk all over you.
And where should the handover take place?
It has to be on neutral ground, so neither party has an advantage. Remember that.
What should I know about Peter?
Sir Peter, Knight of Sukkotleski. He's several years older than I and fought in many great battles. He was always lucky, and nothing ever happened to him. But now, it looks as if fortune has abandoned him.
What does Peter look like?
He's as bold as an egg and has a scar on one cheek.
A souvenir from a battle?
Hardly. Once his horse was spooked and bolted through some bushes with him on the saddle. He nearly lost an eye, but fortunately, he only got that scar.
What if that Hungarian doesn't release Peter?
Farkas? He will. War costs money and captives have to be fed too. There's also the matter of honor.
What's so honourable in this?
On the battlefield, knights go up against other knights who are often very similar, only they're carrying out the orders of different masters. They have to fight each other, that's clear. But they can demonstrate to each other their honor and spare the lives of the defeated. Moreover, knights often have wealthy relatives who'll pay to have them freed. So, it pays to keep a knight alive and healthy after a defeat.
Aha. I understand. Well, I can try.
God bless you. Here's a letter with the seal of the Lords of Sokotelski. Present it to Laszlo Farkash as proof that I sent you. Once you've arranged everything, come back here. I'll be waiting for you.
Excuse me.
Easy, good horse.
Are you blind? You almost ran into
Die! Die! Go! 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 God! God! Quick! Die! God be with you. Keep the peace, and we'll stay friends.
Greetings.
Well, sounds like a load of shit, but I reckon I could give it a try.
Greetings. What would you like?
What's a priest doing in a military camp?
Whatever he can, my son. Whatever he can.
Do you serve mass like other priests?
I serve Mass and give blessings just like my brothers in churches and parishes. I can also officiate at marriages and administer last rites. I reckon you can guess which is more common here.
Do you care for the wounded? Priests and monks do that sometimes, don't they?
Nothing like that. We have blacksmiths and bathmaids for that here. And if something happens to the nobles, we have good surgeons. And then there's that learned foreigner.
Bah! Who's the foreigner?
His name is Musa, and he says he comes ex-Africa. You can't miss him. He's as different from us as a man can be.
Does something seem strange about him to you?
That foreigner may understand medicine, but he worships a foreign god. He prays to him on the ground several times a day. He doesn't drink ale, only rarely eats meat, yet he can't keep his eyes off our women.
Do you take part in the fighting?
Vivere militare est. But no, I'm a chaplain, not a warrior. But no matter if you're a beggar or a lord, there's no way to escape the horrors. And in a place like this, it's easy for people to forget about God, or at least start to doubt.
Do you serve King Sigismund directly?
I serve our Lord, but the king sometimes calls on me for confession.
What could the king possibly have to confess?
You don't actually expect me to tell you that, do you? That's between me, the king, et Domine Noster. God be with you.
Day to you.
I'm going to see Farkash. Do you know where I might find him?
I have no idea, but Chaplain Bohemil or that foreign barber surgeon might know. Or Milada in the bathhouse. She knows everything. God bless you, sir.
Do they allow prisoners here in the camp to go to confession?
That's a very strange question. Why do you ask?
I'm just curious to know how they treat prisoners. Be they friend or foe. It would be cruel to deny them the chance to confess before God.
That's quite right. If a prisoner asked to make a confession, I'd be glad to speak with him. But we hardly ever have the privacy for that. There are always guards in front of the tent, and there are ears everywhere.
I'm looking for Baron Laszlo Farkash. Could you help me?
Certainly, certainly. Farkas's tent is in the lower section of the camp. If you head down the hill from the smithy, you can't miss it. Oh, and one more thing. He always keeps a band of Cumans nearby. Be careful.
Thank you, Father. I will. Christ almighty. Are you alright, sir?
Here we go again.
It's just that you look...
Muscular, wise, wealthy.
No, that's not what I meant.
I know what you meant. I have had this conversation at least 100 times. Have you never heard of Prester John or the Christian Kingdom of Axum?
Yes. Our parish priest talked about that.
Tell me then, how the people in those stories are described. Not exactly like you. Am I right?
But I thought that was just...
So you see, it is not. Musa of Mali is my name. Scholar, explorer, and physician. I run the camp infirmary.
my name is Henry, sir.
Welcome then, Henry. Do you need anything?
Do you know where prisoners are held in the camp?
Do you even know what you are asking about? Be glad none of the king's men can hear us.
That's why I'm asking you. I'm just curious, that's all.
Well, all right. Try looking above the smithy. But do not go anywhere you should not. And if they catch you, you never spoke to me.
Of course. Thank you. You said you're an explorer?
I did indeed. From Timbuktu, I went to Holy Mecca. From the Emirate of Granada to Venice. And from there to the court of Sultan Bayezid of the Osmans. Until I ended up at the court of King Sigismund.
Where is this Mali? And what's it like?
Similar to your country, yet completely different. You mine silver, we gold. But in our country, it would never happen that we allow foreigners into our mines. Overall, it is safer in our country. Nobody will waylay you on your journey. And we treat women with greater respect and set great store by learning.
Well, it's not all that bad here, though, is it?
I admit that there are some things I envy you for. like what you can do with stone.
What is Mecca like? I've heard people from all over the world go there.
Mainly followers of the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad. Praise be his name. But the journey is dangerous. I was robbed and arrived in the city as a pauper. Fortunately, I was helped by a couple of my compatriots. But even so, I did not spend long there. Let us say that I was foolish then, and foreign customs took me by surprise. I went to Cairo, where I learned geography and law, so that I would be better prepared the next time. But I never went back to Mecca.
Why not?
I would rather not talk about this, my friend. All I can say is that there are a few rich men and their beautiful wives who I do not want to meet again.
You were in Granada? Where is that?
Go west from here until you reach the sea, then south to a place called Peninsula Iberica. But I would not go there if I were you. The magnificent Alhambra Palace is forbidden to Christians like you. It is a pity in any case. Such a beautiful and rich country, yet bathed in so much blood.
Blood?
Yes. Sultan Mohammed must constantly repel attacks from the north. That is why I started studying physics, in fact. I wanted to make an impression on the Sultan because swords and cannons are not for me. Let others cut off heads. I can sew them back on again.
Where is Venice, in fact?
You do not know, my friend? Educate yourself a little. It is not far from here, on the other side of the Alps. Remember that learning is like a garden. If you do not tend it, it cannot bear fruit. Venice is an incredible city that floats on the sea, like a huge stone ship. People from all over the world go there to trade. I help them as a translator, especially for Christian envoys from Ethiopia on a pilgrimage to Rome. If only you could have seen their glorious arrival in the city. Their procession stretched from the port to the city center, and they had live leopards as a gift for the king of Venice. But I did not stay long. I, who was accustomed to the Sultan's court, being asked to live among sailors? Out of the question.
How did you come to be with the Osmans?
By complete chance. In Venice, I joined an expedition that was heading to India, but we were attacked by pirates. Fortunately, I was saved by Sultan Bayezid's warship, though it did not seem like good fortune at the time. You must understand that there are not many of my countrymen among the Osmans. The last time was probably in the days of Mansa Musa, but the Sultan soon found out that I had lived among Europeans, and I could talk to all the envoys who came to him. So I became useful.
So why didn't you stay there?
Because we were about to be overwhelmed by the Golden Horde, led by the butcher named Timur. I had quite enough of war in Granada. So when envoys from Hungary came to the Sultan, I managed to persuade them to take me away with them.
What's Sigismund's court like?
I would also like to know that, my friend. But I am stuck here. One would think that the king would value physicians and sages who have traveled the world. But no. He did not even make me his personal physician. He prefers to trust your quacks and sent me here.
It's reckless to speak about Sigismund like that.
I do not think so, my friend, since it is unlikely you will ever get a chance to complain to him.
And how do you like Bohemia?
Do you want to hear the truth? Or should I praise it to high heaven?
The truth. You don't need to spare my feelings.
Then, all I can say is that this muddy hill is about the only thing I have seen of your country. And that has not made much of an impression on me. But there is still time. Perhaps I will have the good fortune to see more beautiful sights.
Why did you leave your country of birth?
That is a very personal question. And we are not that well acquainted yet. Forgive me, but I would rather not talk about it. Not now, at least.
I'm new to the camp. Could you show me around? If you don't have too much work, that is.
Well, I suppose it will be all right, if I am not here for a while. At least I can practice your language. You use some strange phrases, you know? But that does not matter now. Let us go. So, as you have no doubt realized, this is my infirmary. One part for operating on the wounded, another for the sick, my alchemist bench, a tub of water. Nothing out of the ordinary. Come on. Let us walk outside. I am sorry that I cannot show you more, but I am sure you understand that there is not much to see. One is almost ashamed to call it an infirmary. Do you not think?
That's true. I thought King Sigismund would take better care of his wounded men.
Unfortunately for them, my friend, I suppose he has bigger problems than keeping his army healthy and fighting fit.
It's lucky he sent an expert like you here, though.
Was that praise or an insult? I cannot tell. I do not think it fortunate in any case. Someone with my knowledge, and all I do is treat diarrhea and broken bones.
Oh, of course. What else should a sore bones do?
My friend, the human body contains so much beauty and so many secrets that we could explore. So why do we spend so much time on the quality of defecation? Think about it. Though it is true that you do not seem to be any great sage, I suppose you do not know what a real infirmary should look like. But do not worry. There are more cheerful places in the camp. I am sure something will take your fancy. This part of the camp is mainly for humans. So if you are looking
Greetings,
for
Master
one, he
Guard.
will be either here or near the bathhouse. We will take a look there too. Do not worry. Over there is the pen where they used to have tournaments, until the captains banned them. But that is a long story. Speaking of the captains here, do you know who's in charge overall?
I've no idea.
You should put that right then. What if you come across one of the commanders and bump into him by mistake? He might have your back flayed by a cane. I would not like to have to stitch you back together. The camp as a whole is run by Sir Grozav of Borumlaka. That is a village somewhere in Transylvania, as far as I know. He is an interesting man, I'm sure. But he has a lot of trouble with the camp. So he tends to be, as you say, grumpy. Then there are the humans who are commanded in battle by Cheritan. You will not meet him very often. He often has meetings with the king himself, in Zedlets. He is not a very cheerful man, but he seems a fair-minded commander to me. And he is an outstanding archer, it seems. How about you and archery, my friend?
Well, I don't want to boast, but I'm a pretty good archer. I would happily take on your Chertan.
Really? That sounds like a spectacle that I would perhaps even pay to watch. Perhaps, although I successfully avoid weapons, I have to admit that archery is not just a skill. It is an art. Well, there is enough of that. What were we talking about?
You were telling me about the commanders here.
Ah, yes. The camp captains. As I said, Sir Grozav commands the camp. Chertan commands in battle. And the third one joined us a few weeks ago. Dietrich Katz, with his Prague artillery regiment. It is a pity you will not be staying for longer. Dietrich is good to talk to, if he is not drinking too much. And over there is our bathhouse. It is not a sight for sore eyes, my friend. I mean, the women, of course. Not this filthy place. Ah, a man should keep reminding himself that zina, what you call fornication, is a shameful deed, opening the road to other evils. By the way, what about you and women, my friend?
Well, there's one here I think about. But I'd rather not talk about that.
Why? Are you afraid that I will steal her from you?
No, it's not that, but... Well, I'm still not sure if she likes me as much as I like her.
I am sure she does. You will see. That is the way of the world. Our Lord Allah, Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, creates us in pairs and grants us love in our hearts, so that we may love another.
So are you married, sir? Since you say how wonderful it is.
God bless.
No.
Greetings
Not
to you,
yet.
friend.
What woman would want to spend her life traveling with me? But being single does not permit sinning with any girl who takes your fancy. Remember that. Fortunately, a man can help himself in his hour of need. At least if he thereby prevents a worse sin. By the way, your chosen one. Is she pretty?
To hell with beauty. She's kind, and she likes me. That's the main thing.
Ah, you have chosen wisely, my friend. So, in this part of the camp, you see the tents of various mercenaries from Germany, Poland, Hungary. In short, everyone who came to fill their pockets. You can have items repaired by the smith, and if you're hungry, the kitchen is over there. The food will please you more than me, I think. Treating meat in that way. I simply cannot eat it. Do you know where the food is truly great? In Granada. So much fruit, sweet pastries, fish. In one banquet, the cooks use more spices than your entire country in a year.
You've been to Granada?
In the court of Sultan Muhammad VII himself. That is where I became a physician. That was when Granada was attacked by Martin Yanez de la Barbuda. And I did not want to die in some battle. So I found a safer way to be useful. You know, I have done a lot of traveling, my friend. From Timbuktu to Mecca. And from Granada to Venice. And now, here. But nowhere has the food been worse than here.
What do you dislike about the food here so much?
I hope I have not offended you. It is not your fault, really. How can a cook make something good when no pepper, cinnamon, or grains of paradise grow here? But your country is beautiful, all the same. And up here is where Katz's company of Parge artillerymen are billeted. To the great displeasure of everyone else in the camp, I must say. You can see why. It is the best spot, right next to the captains. And when it rains, all the filth runs downhill to the Cumans and mercenaries areas. Here is the pillory. May Allah, the compassionate, ensure you never end up in it. And if you go around the hill, you will come to the camp shooting range. I recommend visiting it. The Cumans must be born with a bow in their hands. But I will not escort you that far, my friend. I do not like to leave the infirmary unattended for long. Alaka Anben.
I saw an arena in the camp. When will there be a tournament?
Firstly, I would not call it a tournament. Rather, mindless hacking. Not even a chogan is so terrible. And, to answer your question, there will not be any. The commanders wisely banned them.
Why did they ban the tourneys?
Because it went too far. Instead of matching skills, people settled scores with each other. They killed each other from rage and also from boredom. Since the tournament was banned, I have a lot less work with mending fractures.
What did you mean by mindless hacking? It's a tourney, isn't it?
Merely dumb violence for its own sake. It is not chivalrous like Pharisea.
What does that mean? Furiasia?
Pharisea, the skill set of an Arab warrior. Where I come from, every fighter must be able to ride a horse and take care of its injuries and illnesses. In addition, he should also be able to hold his own when fighting with a spear and a sword. And of course, excel in archery. And above all, he must not be a coward, but on the contrary, an honorable man.
Furiasia sounds to me like the chivalry of every good knight. Maybe with the exception of that horse medicine of yours.
Really?
But a good Christian knight should also know how to dance, play chess, and write poetry.
Very interesting. It is a pity. I have not met many like that. Those are all true wisdoms. Also in the name of Allah.
What's that chogan, then?
A riding game. Very hard and dangerous. Two teams of riders with wooden mallets try to get a leather ball into the opponent's goal. Whoever does so more times wins.
And what's so dangerous about that?
When the mallet lands on your head. In any case, nothing teaches you how to ride a horse better than Shogun.
I'm going to see Laszlo Farkas. Do you know where I might find him?
Of course. You'll find his headquarters in a circle of cumin tents right below the smithy.
Thanks. That should be easy to find.
You're welcome. I don't want to stick my nose in it, but be careful.
What brings you here?
The bath maids in a military camp must be on their toes all the time, eh?
You can say that again. My girls don't even get a moment's rest all day long. Sometimes I have to drive those randy blokes off with a broom so they can eat and drink in peace.
So the baths bring in the coin?
Not so much, unfortunately. Nobody's battling. Those blokes have nothing to do, and they're running wild. And that's nothing but trouble. They get in fights amongst each other.
Who's causing trouble?
Everybody. But the Hungarians and Cumans most of all. None of us understand their gibberish. When they're in a good mood and have some coin, they can even be quite nice. Then the girls even enjoy taking care of them. But when they're thirsty and skint, they're like animals.
Do the nobles from the upper camp come here too?
Everyone comes here. But we do like seeing the nobles more, because they pay well. And they like taking 2 girls at once.
And do they at least pay twice as much then?
Oh, do they ever? When the girls really make an effort, even 3 times as much.
You certainly know about everything that goes on here in the camp, right?
Of course. The bathhouse is like a second confessional. But instead of prayers and fasting, our sinners can expect wine and wenches.
I need to ask about a matter that's rather, delicate.
I hope it's nothing too vulgar.
No, nothing like that. But I'd appreciate if it stayed between the 2 of us. I need to know where they keep the prisoners here. I'm here to negotiate the release of a captured knight. But the whole thing seems fishy. I need to make sure the right man is being held captive here.
I understand, but I can't give you much advice. When I went to see the blacksmith with some herbs for back pain, I passed a tent with 2 men standing in front of it. Someone inside was groaning and moaning. I thought someone had dragged one of my girls in there. I wanted to go in and give him hell, but those 2 wouldn't let me in. They said it was none of my business and I should be on my merry way. I thought it was suspicious.
I'll be sure to go there. Do you know where I could find Farkash? I don't really know my way around here.
Do you mean Laszlo Farkash?
That's the one.
Oh, really? He's easy to find. His tent is right below the smithy. It's big and red, and it's always surrounded by a band of Cumans.
in the...
Are you Sir Peter of Sukadleski?
No, I'm not. I'm Hinek of Hobza.
Oh, Sakra. I'll have to keep looking.
Wait! That name sounds familiar, though. But I'm as hungry as a wolf. If you bring me some food, I'll tell you what I know about him.
I happen to have something to eat with me.
Show me what it is. Finally, a decent bit of food. Even the dogs here eat better than I do.
So, tell me what you know about Peter.
There was someone else here with me, also a knight. But whether he's this Peter of yours, I don't know.
Where is he now?
With the Lord.
You mean he's dead?
Aye, a few days ago it was.
If it was Peter of Sukadleski, I'm in serious trouble. You really don't remember his name? He must have introduced himself to you.
Him? Not a chance. He was fading fast when they brought him in. He was in pain and barely said half a dozen words. When he began to be delirious, I knew it wouldn't end well.
I have to find him. What did they do with the body?
They took it away. I heard them say they got hold of a cart to haul the corpse away.
Where do they want to take him?
How am I supposed to know? Away, as quick as possible. No matter what killed him, they don't want word getting out. They're even treating me as if I'll croak at any moment.
Sorry to hear that, but could you get to the point?
The carts are down by the horses. I hope you'll excuse me for not accompanying you.
That's not good news. What's going to happen to you?
I'm waiting to be exchanged. My honourable jailer has demanded a large sum of money, and on top of that, the hand of my sister. I had no idea I was worth so much. I hope my wife appreciates me more when I finally get home.
I better get going now, before someone catches me here. Yeah, this is definitely Peter. Jan's not going to be happy about this.
Greetings. Yeah, greetings.
Sir Laszlo Farkas?
Yes?
I'm here on behalf of Sir Jan of Sukadleski. My task is to negotiate with you the terms for the release of his brother, Knight Peter.
Really?
He gave me a letter with his seal. Here.
Huh. Very well.
Can we discuss the matter?
Certainly. But please allow me one question. Why has Jan sent an intermediary to handle such an important affair?
Well, since he came all the way here, there are some other matters he'd like to deal with. His brother's captivity is just an unpleasant hold for him that he'd like to get over and done with. Once we come to an agreement here, I'll see him at the inn by the oak to inform him.
I see. Personally, I too would like to close this matter quickly. I think it is in the interest of us both. So, let us begin.
Let's talk about the ransom. How much are you asking for?
Let us be sincere with each other. What do you say?
All right.
Jan knew beforehand how much coin I would want for the night. But he still sent you here to haggle. He is trying to offend me. But there is one more thing to negotiate about. The knight's armor and weapons. They belong to me now. If I return them, I want to get at least a fraction of their worth.
As far as I know, ransom isn't paid for a captive's gear. Jan wants him back in the same state as you took him, sir.
Very well. Have it your way. The price remains the same.
I'd like to see the captive.
Out of the question.
Why? Has something happened to him?
What is the meaning of this? Do you dare suggest I do not take good care of captives? Or that I am hiding something?
No.
I am going to pretend I did not hear that comment. And I have nothing more to say about the matter.
Where will the handover take place?
Once you pay the ransom, you can come and get Peter of Suchotleski right here.
We'd rather do the handover on neutral ground. To be on the safe side.
Your master has given you exact instructions, has he? What is your idea then?
Why don't you invite the knight to the tavern by the oak? There'll be plenty of witnesses there, and we can sort this matter over a few beers.
Where in the name of God did Jan dig you up? I do not intend to deal with a matter of this significance in an alehouse full of drunkards. I know of a much better place. On the hill between Miskovitz and Horschen, there is a mill. It is visible from far away. You can't miss it. We will have peace and quiet up there, and no one will be able to overhear what we are saying.
Sounds good to me.
Once you leave, send the boy from the inn to the camp. He delivers supplies and will know who to give the message to.
That should be everything. I saw Peter's body. Liar!
Keep your voice down, or I will call my men.
Who killed Peter of Suchotleski?
The Grim Reaper. He died of fever a few days ago. The Sobons had a look at him, but could not do anything. You do not have to believe me, but I'm telling you this to show I am not hiding anything from you.
Very well. What should I tell Jan?
What would you like to tell him?
The truth, obviously.
Fine, as you wish. I assume Jan will at least want a proper burial for his brother. He came for his brother, and his brother he shall get.
But shouldn't we...
No, we should not. The price and handover location will stay the same, so there is no need to keep me any longer.
Tűnés, most azonnal! I'm always glad to see polite people like you.
Go!
Greetings, good man. Will you come over here for a moment? Let's talk.
I bid you good day. What do you want to talk about?
You'll see. You won't be sorry. Could you spare a few groschen for charity's sake? I'll be straight with you. It's to spend down the tavern.
Tell me a little about yourself. If I find you to be an upright fellow, I might be willing to indulge you.
I was once a cloth merchant. You'd have been hard put to find a tailor around here who didn't buy my wares. The finest quality at the fairest prices.
So what happened?
Bad times, lad. And bad people. They robbed my cart more than once, and in the end they just drove off with it. Twice they held a dagger to my throat until I emptied my purse. So I ended up on my own, with no livelihood and no money.
I'm sorry to hear that.
But it's not that bad. Every now and then I meet someone who gives me a groschen, and then I'm good for the evening.
Your frankness is refreshing. Maybe I can dig out a few coins here.
Thank you for your generosity. May the Lord reward you. I will drink to your health. And
Good doggy. Good boy.
what are you whistling for?
Good day.
Go! Quick! Go!
Be careful. It's not safe here.
Lieber Hund. I apologize.
I bear news from Sigismund's camp.
I was beginning to worry. Speak. Did you see Peter?
I'm very sorry, but I discovered that Peter is dead.
Peter is... I can't believe it.
I'm afraid it's true. I saw his body, but I had to find him myself. Laszlo didn't tell me a word.
He killed him. That son of a whore killed Peter.
And he lied to my face about it.
That mangy, lying, Hungarian swine. He mustn't get away with it.
What do you want to do?
Get revenge. Avenge Peter. Will you help me?
I've sent a few men like him to hell already. Laszlo won't be an exception.
Thank you. I'll never forget this, but we'll need more men for the job. Many more.
How do you want to do it?
We'll play along with Laszlo so he expects nothing. Did you agree on a place for the handover?
Aye. Somewhere beyond Horshan. Near the hill with the mill on top.
Very well. We'll draw that rat out of his camp. And then, the trap will be sprung.
I think I know someone who could give us a hand.
Who?
I know some people from the Kuttenberg sword fighting brotherhood.
How well do you know them?
I probably know Master Menhard and his apprentice Arn the best.
That doesn't sound bad. We could make good use of a master swordsman.
I can't think of anyone else at the moment. But maybe someone will occur to me.
All right. Go now. I'll wait here for you.
Service is kind of slow today. close to the others.
Did you hear that?
Grüß dich. Was wünschst du?
I've come to ask for your help.
Sprich, Heinrich. What do you need?
I'm in a bit of a fix, and I could use some armed assistance.
Schwierigkeiten? That sounds serious. But leider, I have no one to send with you. Vielleicht nur Arne. Would Arne suffice? Ist ein guter Kerl. He will help you.
I'd be glad for even one man. Thank you.
Rede mit ihm. So he knows what he has to do.
Herzlich willkommen, mein Herr. What do you need?
I see you're on your feet and in good health.
Ja. Gott sei Dank.
What about the eye? How did it turn out?
Gut, Heinrich. I only see cloudy for a day or two. But then the clouds go away. I see the world with new eyes now. Könnte man sagen, healing skill of Master Ibicus is great. I will remember him in my prayer. And I think my injury teach me discretion and humility.
Those are wise words. But it wouldn't be a bad idea to get a proper helmet. Best with a visor. I'm sure you'd look great in a hound skull.
Ja. When I get enough groschen, I will kaufen the best in Kottenberg.
Menhard has sent me to see you.
Wieso denn? Men had something once?
No, I'm the one who needs something. And Menhard told me you're the man for the job.
Aha. Was ist los?
I got into a bit of a mess, and I'm afraid I might end up losing my head. So I'm looking for a few men who are handy with swords, and aren't afraid of cumans.
Die Kumanen? Verdammte Diebesratten. Rely on me, Heinrich. Where to meet?
Go from Horshan towards Miskovitz. Look for a hill with a mill on top. That's where we'll meet.
Verstanden. I will be there. And one more thing. I do not like to ask so directly, but...
Don't worry. If things go our way, there'll be something in it for you.
Sehr schön. In that case, you can count on me.
Thanks. I'd like you to teach me about swordplay. I've heard you're good with weapons, and without them, too.
Kein Problem, Mann. Tell me what you want to know, and prepare your groschen for a donation to our brotherhood. We have to make a living. Irgendwie.
Go! Quick!
You almost ran me over.
God! Slow down, you idiot!
Are you blind?
Excuse me.
I've arranged reinforcements. They're tough fellas, and I'm sure you'll be satisfied.
Excellent. I'll breathe easier meeting Laszlo knowing that.
Can we leave now to meet with Laszlo for the handover?
We can't just get up and go. We must send a message to the camp to pack up. That'll take time. Come back tomorrow. Best would be just before noon. Then there'll be enough time for everything. I'm sorry.
It happens. Just watch where you're going next.
My humble respects.
Hey! Where's that beer?
Can we leave now to meet with Laszlo for the handover?
We can, if you're ready.
So, let's go. But first, we have to send that boy to the camp.
I'll take care of it. Then we'll leave straight away.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, Lord Sukotleski.
Spare me the formalities, Farkash. We know the truth.
And you spare me your temper tantrums. They might have worked on your mother, but we are all grown-ups here.
I won't be intimidated anymore, especially not by some Hungarian butcher. If you have even a slither of honor, you'll give me my brother's body and his equipment without delay. If you don't cause any problems, I might give you a part of the original ransom. Dare to object, and you won't see a single groschen.
I thought I was ready for anything, but I never would have imagined this. Sarian, my patience has run out. Either you will pay the ransom in full, or you will join your brother.
Come on then, you horsens! If you think I'm afraid, you're gravely mistaken. If we survive this, there's a reward in it for you.
Wait, Henry? That is your name, right?
Don't listen to him.
I have nothing against you, and I see no reason to kill you. But if you protect that wretch, I will have no other choice. Join me, and you will live.
He's just playing us.
Nem kellett volna beleütnöd az orrodat! Harapj egy kis füvet!
Kibaszott harcapáló!
My head. I must have taken a serious blow. What? Is this the end?
have the feeling I can now hang up my hat as a messenger.
Yes. We should head home.
I know things didn't turn out the way you wanted, but I held up my end of the bargain.
That's true. It would be dishonorable of me to deny you all of your reward. Here. You've earned it. But something else occurred to me. I'd like to give you my brother's sword. Peter was carrying it when they caught him. If Farkash didn't steal it, it should still be on the cart. Carry it with honor befitting a knight. It's a mighty weapon.
I'll do my best. I wouldn't want to dishonor Peter.
I've only known you a short time, but I believe you wouldn't.
Thank you for your faith in me, sir.
One more thing. Or actually, two more things. Besides a sword, Peter also had a cuirass and a shield, emblazoned with the Sukotleski coat of arms. They're heirlooms, and they're very valuable to us, especially now that Peter's dead. Please, don't take them. I'll bring them home to remember him by. Well, I no longer have any business here. I should return home and give Peter the funeral he deserves.
I'm sorry it ended this way.
Me too. I don't even want to think about how I'll tell Father. Peter was his firstborn son, his pride and joy, his successor, and on top of it all, a knight.
Well, what you just did was also befitting of a knight.
It was mostly your work.
Oh, come now. You defended the truth and the honor of your family and your brother. Your father can be proud.
If you think so. I'll be going now. It was a pleasure to meet you, Henry.
Godspeed, Sir Jan. Have a safe journey.
Excuse me.